Hello guys and welcome to the BP Gaming Network. We are playing Out of the Park Baseball 19 featuring our Oakland Athletics franchise 2018 season. This is video number 14 and we're already into week number 8 which is in May. It is May 14th in our season. We have a road trip 3-game series against the Boston Red Sox, and I'll show you guys what else is in store for us this week. So we've got this 3-game series against the Red Sox, and then we'll be playing a 4-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. So a tough matchup coming up for Oakland for the next week, and following that we'll be going back to Oakland and facing the Mariners in a 3-game series. And then we'll finish that week with another 3-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then we'll finish off the month with a 4-game series at home against the Tampa Bay Rays. So let's get started. We're going to play out a game today. So we've got Boston Red Sox. They will be sending out Carlos Villanueva as their starting pitcher. He is 1 for 2 so far into the season with a 4.63 ERA. We'll be sending out Chris Bassett, who's got a 3.32 ERA so far into the season, which is pretty good for where we want him to be. So this should be an exciting matchup, and we will get started and hoping that we can win this one and get a good start on the road. So we've just slightly tweaked our let me just go back and show you guys our starting lineup here. All right, let's do this. So this is a matchup where we're facing a right-handed pitcher. So this is our lineup here. I'm going to change the 7-day lineup so that it matches up. Make sure these lineups are refreshed. I do like to use the 7-day lineups. It gives me a chance to kind of get a good look of my projected lineups for the rest of the week. So this is where we're at. You can see the highlighted lineup here for May 14th. We're starting Dustin Fowler in leadoff. We've got Matt Joyce, who will be hitting in that number 2 spot. In that number 3 hole, we've got Chris Davis, our best offensive player right now. We've got Bruce Maxwell in the cleanup position. The reason for that is Bruce has got a little bit of power, doesn't necessarily translate into strong home run power, but he does have decent gap power, and so he can sort of hit the balls out of the park and sometimes get us doubles or triples to drive in runs. And then we've got Steven Piscotty, who also has a little bit of power. Well, not actually a little bit of power, but he has some power for our team, batting in the 5th position following the cleanup hitter. Renato Nunez, another power bat, batting in 6th. And we've got Jet Lowry in that number 7 spot. And then Matt Chapman rounds up the 8th spot, and Marcus Semien is in the last spot there. So that's how our lineup looks. We will now go ahead and advance into the start of the game. So we'll check out just a few of the stats here between us and the Red Sox. You can see our record here. We are 17-23 so far into the season, which is really not the spot we want to be at. The Red Sox, on the other hand, they have a record of 22-19, which is good for 3rd place in their division. We're in 4th place in our division. At home, we've played poorly. We've played better on the road. The Red Sox seem to be even, whether they're playing they're playing a whole lot better on the at home, and they're playing slightly okay on the road, not great. Pitching wise, our overall team ERA is 4.75, while the Red Sox overall ERA is 3.82. Their starters ERA is 3.29, ours is 5.05. So a huge difference with the starting pitching for both teams. Oakland having the lesser of the more effective pitching staff. The bullpen ERA for Oakland is 4.29, whereas for the Red Sox is 4.75. So our bullpen is slightly a tick better than theirs. All right, team leaders, obviously they will lead most of the leaderboards. You could see slugging, we've got Chris Davis there with his power. He's also the leader in on-base plus slugging, and also the leader in on-base percentage. For the most part, Boston seems to really lead in most of the categories. All right, so we've already showed you guys our lineup, and now we will advance into the game and get started. So gonna let the game load here. So we are playing at Fenway Park, and this is a night game, so we are ready to go. I'm gonna introduce the defense for Boston. Starting pitcher, Carlos Villanueva. Catcher, Christian Vasquez. First base will be Mitch Moreland. Dustin Pedroia will be second base. Eduardo Nunez will be the third baseman for the Red Sox. Xander Bogart is going to play shortstop. Left field will be Andrew Benintendi. Center field, Brock Holt. And right field will be Mookie Betts. And leadoff for Oakland will be Dustin Fowler, the center fielder. And we're ready. Let's play ball. This is our first time facing the Red Sox, so this year. So it's sort of a feeling, fill them out, fill each other out type of a game. Dustin Fowler fouls out to left field. And now we've got Matt Joyce, the DH, will be batting second. Joyce grounds out to the second baseman, and he's out. And Chris Davis comes up, batting the number 3 hole with 2 outs, nobody on. And he grounds out to the second baseman, and he's retired. So that retires the side, and the inning is over. And now we move on to the bottom of the first inning. It gives me a chance to introduce the Oakland Athletics defense. Pitching will be Chris Bassett. Catching will be Bruce Maxwell. Renato Nunez, another different Renato Nunez, playing for Oakland, will be in first base. Jet Lowry will be in second base. Matt Chapman will be in third base, and Marcus Semien will round up the infield at shortstop. Left field will be Chris Davis. Dustin Fowler will be in center field, and Stephen Piscotty will be in right field. Eduardo Nunez for the Boston Red Sox will be leadoff. Nunez grounds out to the shortstop, and he is set down. Mookie Betts batting second with 1 out, nobody on. Mookie Betts with a single to left field, so he's now on at first. And batting next for Boston is Andrew Benintendi. Mookie Betts is on first base with 1 out for Boston. So we're going to try and see if we can hold Mookie Betts in that spot. He's a fast runner. He's got pretty good speed and good base stealing ability. So we're going to have to keep an eye out on him. So we could get a double play here. Let's see if we can turn double play. And I guess we weren't able to turn a double play, but we were able to force the out at second. So Mookie Betts is set down, and Andrew Benintendi gets to first base on fielder's choice. So now we've got 2 outs for Boston, and JD Martinez is batting. JD comes up with a single to right field. And that advances the runner from first to third. JD Martinez takes over at first. So now we've got runners on first and second for Boston with 2 outs. Batting next is Mitch Moreland, the left-handed batter, and he strikes out. So that retires the inning, no runs, and retires the side. That inning is over. We'll advance over to the top of the second inning. Bruce Maxwell comes up with, I believe, okay, that's a fly out to right field. So he's set down. I thought that was going to be a hit. Now we've got Stephen Piscotty Batting next with 1 out for Oakland. Piscotty with a single to left field. Alright, so we've got a run on first with 1 out. Now batting next is Renato Nunez for Oakland. Nunez flies out to left center field, and he is set down. So with 2 outs and a run on first, Jed Lowry is batting next for Oakland. That's going to be a double for Jed Lowry, and that may even score Piscotty with his speed. And I think he does score with his speed. So Stephen Piscotty is able to score on a double RBI there by Jed Lowry. So Oakland is on board, leading 1-0. Batting next, Matt Chapman, the third baseman. He grounds out to the shortstop, and that retires the side. So the inning is over. Oakland get on board, and they're leading the game now 1-0. Mitch Moreland batting next for Boston. It looks like he is plunked by the pitch, and he will advance to first. So we've got a run on first, nobody out for Boston, and now it's Xander Bogaert. That's going to be an infield pop fly, so infield rule fly was in effect as Xander Bogaert is retired. Brock Holt batting with a run on first and 1 out for Boston. That could be a double play. Alright, Brock Holt hits into a double play, and that side is retired. So we're going to move on to the top of the 3rd inning, and lead off for the 3rd for Oakland is Marcus Semien.
Strike 3, you're out.
Semien strikes out. He's having a very rough season. Don't know what to do with Marcus. Really struggling making contact. So we move up to the top of the lineup now. Dustin Fowler batting next with 1 out and nobody on. And Dustin Fowler grounds out to the 3rd baseman, so he's set down. So 2 outs for Oakland, nobody on, and now it's Matt Joyce. Matt Joyce hits it right at the pitcher, and he is set down. That retires the side. 1-2-3 inning, and the inning is over. So we move to the bottom of the 3rd. Lead off for Boston is Dustin Pedroia, and nobody on. So Pedroia comes up with a double to left field, and that's a leadoff double. He's on at 2nd, nobody out. And now Christian Vasquez batting next. Chris Bassett gives up a walk, so Vasquez is gonna get on base. We've got runners on 1st and 2nd for Boston, and nobody out. Now Oakland hopefully here can get a ground ball and turn double play against Eduardo Nunez, and I believe they will do just that, which is beautiful. So Nunez hits into a ground out double play, and we've got 2 outs now with a run on 3rd. Dustin Pedroia was able to advance to 3rd, and Mookie Betts is batting next. Still a dangerous hitter on to bat, and just as predicted there, Mookie Betts comes up with a single to left field, scores the run, gets the RBI. Score is now tied 1-1, and Andrew Benintendi is batting next with a run on 1st and 2 outs. Benintendi comes up with a single to left field, advances the runners, so we've got a run on 2nd and another run on 1st. With 2 outs, JD Martinez grounds out to the 3rd shortstop actually, and that retires the side. So the score remains 1-1. Boston are able to now get on board. We now advance over to the top of the 4th inning. Chris Davis comes up with a single to center field, and he is on at 1st now. So we've got a run on 1st, nobody out, and Bruce Maxwell is batting next for Oakland. Maxwell is going to fly out to center field. He's set down. So Stephen Piscotty is batting next with a run on first and 1 out for Oakland. It looks like he'll follow suit with another fly out to center field. So that makes it 2 outs for Oakland with a runner still on first. Renato Nunez was going to come to bat. Could that be a home run? No, it's not. So Nunez hits a long fly ball near the tracks, but he is set down on a fly out to left field. So we now move to the bottom of the 4th, and Mitch Moreland is batting next. Boston, that's a flies out to the second baseman. He is set down. Xander Bogaert is batting next. What a catch by the shortstop, but that's going to be an infield hit there for Xander Bogaert. Nonetheless, still a good effort there by Marcus Semien. His defensive abilities are still something to enjoy looking at. All right, Bob Holt comes through with a 2 RBI home run. So now the lead is 3-1 Boston. Dustin Pedroia is going to bat next. That really sucks and stings. Pedroia gets a single to left field, and he gets on base. So we've got Pedroia at first. Only 1 out for Boston, and Christian Vasquez is batting. Vasquez hits it right at the pitcher, and they turn a double play. So they managed to get out of that trouble. But Boston advances the score now to 3-1. Batting leadoff at the top of the 5th is Jed Lowry. Jed Lowry hits a ground ball to the first baseman, and he is set down. Matt Chapman is now batting next with 1 out, nobody on. And Matt Chapman continues to struggle. He hits a fly ball to left field, and he's set down. Marcus Semien back up again. Looks like Marcus is going to come up with a double. And finally, we see some good hitting from Marcus Semien. So that's pretty good. So with 2 outs, we've got now a run on second for Oakland. And Dustin Fowler is batting next. So Fowler hits a ground ball to the third baseman. He is retired, and the inning is over. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Chris Bassett is still pitching. He's thrown 66 pitches, so we'll still keep him on. He's given up 3 runs and 8 hits. He gives up a leadoff walk to Nunez. So now we've got a run on first, nobody out for Boston, and Mookie Betts is batting next. So we got to strategize here. So we've got a speedy, speedy right fielder there. Mookie Betts is batting. 2 guys, one with speed, one with a very good batting ability. So we've got to try and control Eduardo Nunez, make sure that he doesn't get too much of a leadoff and try to steal a base here. So, all right, see if we can hold them there, and no, we cannot. So Chris Bassett gives up his 2nd walk. Sorry, that's his 3rd walk so far, and not the way we wanted this inning to go. So 79 pitches. I'm gonna take that as a sign and start to warm up one of our relievers. I might have to bring in Yasmero Petit, because we're still in the bottom of the 5th. We got a long ways to go, so a middle reliever would make sense here. So we're gonna start warming up Yasmero Petit just in case Chris Bassett can get out of this jam he's put himself in. We can turn a double play here, so let's see. Alright, not sure if we were able to turn a double play there. but we were able to force the out at second. That puts runners on first and third with only one out. And JD Martinez, with all the power that he's got, he's batting next. So let's see who's going to be following him. So we've got JD Martinez. I don't want to pitch to JD in case he gets a home run or a long fly ball. We've got some power bats back to back. I can see Mitch Moreland has been struggling so far into this season. Martinez has been playing well. This is where we now take a gamble and try to put a squeeze here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to walk JD Martinez. So let's do a pitch out. Let's do an intentional walk. Alright, so we're going to fill up the bases. So now bases are loaded and the infield has moved in. Hopefully we can squeeze them in and turn a double play here. Let's go. Alright, so we're still going to get an RBI here. It's a fly out to center field. Only one run scores from third base, and that's Mookie Betts, I believe. And we still have Xander Bogaert to bat with 2 outs. And looks like he's not going to come through for them. So we seem to have gotten out of that jam. Don't know. I believe the strategy we played out there was the best. Didn't want JD Martinez hitting. He could have gotten a home run, but all in all, they get 1 run. So the better of the 2 outcomes that could have gone bad there. So Matt Joyce is going to lead off the 6th, and he's going to get through via walk, which is perfect. And now Chris Davis is next to bat. Let's hope that Chris Davis can give us a home run here. Come on, Chris. No, he's not. All right. He flies out to the right field, and he's set down. We've got Bruce Maxwell batting next, and looks like he's going to also fly out somewhere near right center field, and he is set down. And Steven Piscotty is batting next with 2 outs and 1 on, and he grounds out to the shortstop, and that retires the side for Oakland. So we're going to give Chris, no, actually he seems to be okay. Let's see if he can get the next guy out, because if I don't have to use my bullpen this early, I don't have to. We're already dealing with fatigue. Some of the guys have been pitching in back-to-back games here, so if I can save my bullpen arms, that would be even better. So looks like he was able to get that guy out. He's now got 95 pitches, but he gives up a walk, so that's a sign that we got to retire. Yasmiro Petit is ready, so now we're going to do a pitching change and bring in Yasmiro Petit. See if he can help us out from relief. And he comes through. I believe that is a double. Come on. No. We weren't able to turn a double play there, so we only get the force out at second, which is still not bad. Eduardo Nunez is batting next with 2 outs and 1 on for Boston. So Eduardo Nunez comes up with a single to center field. That advances the runner from first to third. Now we've got runners on first and third with 2 outs still, and the ever dangerous Mookie Betts. So who's batting after Mookie Betts? Benintendi. Should we pitch? Well, either way, we're looking at 2 dangerous hitters, so we're going to have to take a risk with Mookie Betts.
Strike 3, you're out.
And boy, that risk pays off without having to bring in the bullpen. So Chris Bassett managed to get through the 6th inning and retires Mookie Betts and the side without giving up any runs. So what a relief. I'm sorry, that's Yasmiro Petit. Comes in relief and manages to get the outs. So that worked out. Now we've got Renato Nunez leading off the 7th inning for Oakland. And he's going to hit into another fly out to center field, and he's set down. All right, so we've got Jet Lowry. Hoping he can redeem himself so far today. He hasn't contributed. Could this be a home run? That is not a home run. Oh boy. I thought it was a home run. All right, we've got 2 outs. So 2 outs. Matt Chapman is up next. And let's see if he continues with his struggles. And yes, he will. So he comes in and grounds out to the shortstop. He's set down. So we'll move on to the bottom of the 7th inning. Yasmir Petit is still pitching. And Petit gives up a hit to Andre Benintendi. Now let's see if we can hold on to there. Oh no. Alright, so trying to pick off Benintendi turns into a wild throw. So Benintendi advances to second. And now Benintendi is going to score on a double from JD Martinez. Alright, so things are not looking great for Oakland here. We're going to have to start warming up somebody else. So we've got a whole bunch of righties. So I need a right-handed pitcher anyway. And catcher looks like he's extremely exhausted. Trevino, he's slightly tired, but he's still got some juice in him. So we're going to bring him in. Let him warm up.
Strike 3, you're out.
As Yasmiro tries to work himself out of this problem. So he manages to get a strikeout there. So we've got 1
Strike
out.
3, you're out.
Gets a second strikeout. So he's got 2 outs. Broke Halt, the guy who had a home run earlier. Comes in. Does he do it again? No. He flies out to left field. And that is beautiful. He's set down. So all in all, not the worst that could have happened. But they still managed to get a run. So we are falling further and further behind this game. Now we've got Marcus Semien batting next for Oakland. And we are advancing. Marcus Semien is set down, top of the 8th. And Dustin Fowler will bat next. That looks to be a fly out to right field. So Dustin Fowler is set down, right center field. And we've got Matt Joyce to bat. Matt Joyce will hit a fly out to right field. And so that's a 1-2-3 inning there for Boston, retiring Oakland. We move on to the bottom of the 8th. And looks like Yasmir Petit is tired. So we're going to relieve him and bring in Lou Trevino. Lou has been pitching really well out of the bullpen so far. So let's see how he does here. So he comes in and gives up a single to left field to Dustin Pedroia. Alright, so we're going to try and hold Dustin off there. And make sure... Alright, we can turn a double play here. And it's a beauty. So... So it's 6-4-3 double play. And Eduardo Nunez is now batting next for Boston, and he grounds out the shortstop. He is set down, and now retires the side. So Eduardo Nunez, Lou Trevino comes in and does the job just as I wanted him to. So we've moved over to the top of the 9th. This is our last chance, ladies and gentlemen, to turn this game around. So let's see if Chris Davis will give us a fighting chance. There's a pitching change. They bring in Craig Kimbrell, and he right away strikes out Chris Davis. Bruce Maxwell comes in, lefty versus righty. I will leave him there to face Craig.
Strike 3.
And that doesn't pan out as Maxwell is set down by a strikeout. So Craig Kimbrell means business here. He's coming as their closer. And he's going to face Steven Piscotty. The last chance for Oakland. All right, so we still have a bit of life here as Piscotty works himself into a walk. So Renato Nunez comes in to bat. He's a right-handed pitcher. He does have power. Why don't we check out our options? Who else do we have that I can bring in? everybody we've got is a righty. We don't have even switch hitters that are in our bench, so no choice but to let Renato Nunez take a stab at this.
Strike three, you're out.
And Nunez is set down via strikeouts as well. That retires the side. The ball game is over. Boston Red Sox have won this game 5-1. The offense was non-existent for Oakland. Pitching wise, we didn't pitch that well. Chris Bassett came in, pitched in 5 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, and 4 of them earned with 5 walks. That's very high. His ERA is still 3.70. Yasmero Petit also came in and gave up a run. So Carlos Villanueva, the starting pitcher for Boston, is going to get the player of the game nod. He came in and pitched in 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, just 1 run, 1 earned. His ERA is 4.07. All right, guys, so that's how that's all she wrote there. So we lose that game, and let's see. That game had implications, and I'll show you guys right now. So it looks like we've now dropped on our standings in the American League West. We are now in last place, ladies and gentlemen. We went from the fourth spot and dropped to the last spot, the 5th spot in the American League Division. Now Seattle moves up to take over the spot that we had. Our record is now 17-24, and Seattle's record is 17-23. They do have a game to play today. We'll see how that plays out for them. Tomorrow, we're facing the Red Sox again, and they're going to have Rick Pacello pitching for them. So another difficult matchup for us. We are in struggle mode. We are really struggling. We are now 10 games behind the leader in our division. Time for desperate action, maybe. We do have some decisions to make, and we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching. This was a play out video where we wanted to just play out a game, get you guys to see that. We will, however, do another video with a recap of this week, and the next video will show you guys how things played out for the rest of the week, and see how we performed. That's pretty much it. A disappointing evening for Oakland, and we'll see what happens next. All right, appreciate that, guys. So hope to see you on the next video. Thank you.